What's up, everybody? How you doing? It is your girl, your diva and knowledge lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Cafe de Paris, where you know I'm going to always serve you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Big ups to all of my subscribers. Want to appreciate each and every one of you who have been rocking with me from day one since I started this journey, and you're still subscribed to my channel. Again, I thank you for still being loyal, still being supportive. I gladly and I really appreciate it. Those of you who have just subscribed recently, I want to welcome you to Mocha's Cafe de Paris family. Definitely you are in good hands because again, I always give content that's fair and balanced. I don't just do content that's specifically against black women or content that's just specifically against black men. I always try to make sure I do content that's very well balanced. That way everybody is learning something because the way I look at it is we all have struggles. We all have something that we need to work on. So there's no such thing as just only black women got issues, only black men have issues. All of us are tore up from the flow up in some form or another, and we all need correction. We all need instruction. We all need things that we need to work on. So I felt it was imperative that I did this particular content for those who specifically requested this. So that's the reason why I'm going to go into it or whatever. So for those of you who are not aware, I did a video a couple of months back about why I am a bitter baby mama. I just posted it in the chat You'll see the link there. So for those of you who get a chance after I'm done doing this content, you can look at the video. And this is in response because I had a lot of comments that was left underneath this particular video. And basically the video that I did was about why I am a bitter baby mama. And I basically shared my perspective as to why a lot of women are very bitter baby mothers. And I basically did it from like a third party type of like narrative type of way. And I got a lot of feedback on that video. That video has over 4,000 views. It's one of my most popular videos that I have done since I've been on YouTube. And that video had got a lot of feedback. A lot of people was like, wow, this is a good video. I basically broke down all of the elements as to why some women are very bitter as baby mamas. A lot of them are bitter because the man has moved on. He has a new chapter in his life. He's happy, has a new wife, he has a new family, he has a good job, and a lot of women think they can defeat a man by trying to ruin his life once they have a child from him. But in a lot of cases, a lot of men cannot be broken. If he's not a weak-minded man, a man can always get right back up on his feet and do even more, become even more successful, become even more, better than what he was before. So that's what the video was about. So of course, as always, when you do a video about bitter baby mama, it's always a few sisters that's going to come in and have to comment. So I had more than one sister comment to me and say, why you never do a video about baby daddy drama? Okay, I hear you, sis. You talk about Black women, how we are when we become bitter, but you never do anything about Black men. You never talk about baby daddy drama. So me being a balanced, fair woman that I have always been, for those of you who's always known me, I said, okay, I am for once going to look out for the sisters and do a video about the baby daddy drama. Because the truth is, it does exist. It doesn't happen a lot. And I found that out once I became a correctional officer working in a correctional facility around a lot of male inmates. And there was a particular situation that I ran across that made me realize that baby daddy drama does exist. Okay, so before I go into the content, I have to shout out my peoples. Craig, I do the truth, raw, no condom. Devin, cool, what's up? Long time no see. My girl, Poetic Kales, what's up? What's up, Q4 dude? Long time no see. Just as Shar, it's so good to see you, love. So big ups to everybody. Make sure I ain't missing nobody. It was somebody else I saw. Okay, no, I think I got everybody. If I missed you, don't take it personally. These chats are going pretty fast, and I'm trying to get this content out at the same time. So I thought it was imperative that I did this content, and I had to do it on the spur of the moment because I do have to get up and I have to go to work tomorrow. But once I saw I think it was the fifth female that asked me to do a video on baby daddy drama. So I said, you know what? For what it's worth, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do some content on baby daddy drama, because the truth of the matter is it does exist, and it's not too many brothers. They're not going to talk about this topic because, again, we always hear about baby mama drama. So with no further ado, as I stated, this content is about baby daddy drama. All right. So we are always hearing people talk about baby mama drama because it's an issue that men deal with so frequently. But I notice no one ever really discusses baby daddy drama. And the truth is, there's a lot of women that go through it more than we think. There are women who have had children from men that are very possessive and highly aggressive when it comes to their children. Now, I do understand that some women lack parenting skills. So some men do have to be that way. Let's face it, every woman that gives birth to a child is not a mother. The reason I thought it was imperative that I spoke on this issue is because I saw a situation occur on my job recently. Like, as I stated to y'all, I'm a correctional officer, so I work in a facility where there's a lot of men. I'm around grown men all of the time. And now that I'm in this type of profession, I really get to learn a lot about men, about how they think, about how they move, some of the manipulative tactics that they will use to try to get what they want out of women. Because me being a female officer, I have heard all type of lines under the sun, and it just amazes me how far some of these dudes will go to try to manipulate a female to get what they can get out of her, especially a female that's a correctional officer. Because what's up, Kai? Because there's so many women that done fell for it. You know, a lot of women have lost their jobs as police officers, have lost their jobs sleeping with inmates, sneaking inmates contraband, in the facility, so these guys, they really think they have voodoo power when it comes to trying to manipulate the mindset of a woman. So me working in this type of profession, I see it all of the time now. So anyway, like I said, I've been seeing different situations that occur. So as I said, as y'all should know, if you don't know by now, I am a correctional officer. I've been one, I'll say, going on 3 months, which is why I don't blog as frequently as I used to. So basically, there was an inmate who was on the phone going off on the mother of his child. So I was kind of, I'll say I was eavesdropping. I was, because I heard the inmate, he was going off. What's up, Nolan? The inmate was going off on his baby mama. So this particular inmate, I'm just going to call him Sanders. I call inmates by their last names. So I'm gonna just call him Sanders. So there's an inmate in one of my facilities that I guard. His name is Sanders, and he's incarcerated in the county jail for some very heavy charges. Okay. Sanders has been charged with sale of cocaine, marijuana possession, Schedule 2 controlled substance, possession of cocaine, and possession of methamphetamine, and probation violation. So basically, this dude got caught with these drugs while he was already on probation. So I don't think he was on probation, though. I think he was on parole. But anyway, so at this point, it's pretty much not a good look for him. This particular guy, he's not going to be getting out anytime soon. Because again, he's been caught with some very heavy charges, and he was already on probation. So he's been in custody at the facility that I work at since September of 2019 is when he's been incarcerated. I had spoken with Sanders a week back when he told me the mother of his child had given birth to his son, and he wanted to make sure the county jail would be getting the birth certificate so he could sign off for his son. What's up, Sub Spud? Good to see you. So obviously, him being locked up, he lost the privilege of being able to see his son be born and brought into this world. Exactly, poetic. That's what I say. So again, this dude, it's gonna be some years by the time he gets out. So while he is locked up, incarcerated in jail, getting ready to be shipped off to prison, because I work in a jail, not a prison. So basically, the inmates, they're just in my facility until they get shipped off to the big prisons, to federal prison, sometimes state prison. So basically, the county jail is kind of like a holding place for them until they get shipped off. All right. So, as I was stating, he was using the phone during his rec time, because the inmates, they get 3 hours of free time where they could take their shower, make their phone calls, and things of that nature. So I couldn't help but to overhear his conversation. And the reason I couldn't help but to hear it was because he was basically yelling at her. He was going in on the mother of his child. Let me tell you what he was upset with her about, y'all. The inmate was upset with the mother of his child because she had posted a picture of their son on Facebook. He told her that someone somehow had saw a screenshot of their son, and he went ham on her. Okay. And I could hear him yelling at her. Now, mind you, he's an inmate. He's locked up. He's incarcerated. He's not even out to see the birth of his son. And somehow the word got back to him. Somebody told him, hey, I see a picture of your son on Facebook. So he was really going in on the mother of his child. And I heard him yelling at her, and he said, I don't play that Facebook BS. Nobody need to be seeing my mother effing son on no Facebook. Okay. So he was going off. He was literally screaming on her. And I'm at my desk listening to him like, the nerve of you to be itching about your son on Facebook when your son's mother, is clearly displaying her pride and joy because evidently your ass was too busy being locked up to share that moment with her. So basically, he's going in on her about, she posted a picture of their son on Facebook, and he's going off, and I'm like, you really got some nerve, because if your son was that important to you, then why are you locked up here instead of you being out? That way you can enjoy the birth of seeing your son and being a father to your son. And I just thought it was kind of contradictory how dude was going in on her. So anyway, I kind of, looked up some info, and I found out this dude has been committing crime since the early 2000s. Okay, from financial transaction fraud to aggravated assault, habitual violator, you name it. This dude has a criminal record from here to Afghanistan. All right. So basically, this is not the first time he got caught selling drugs, which further indicates this man has never had a real job. Whenever I see a record with a felon or inmate who has been selling drugs well over 10 to 15 years, that basically states that he has never had a job. He has never been employed. So this is not his first time ever being caught. Yet he feels like he has the right to demand what should or what shouldn't be done when it comes to his son. Okay. So all of these charges he got going against him, his son would damn near be 20 by the time he gets out, if he ever gets out. So people, and y'all know the way the system is, people are doing more time for drugs than they are doing for murder, which is crazy. I say all that to say this: there are many women who can't enjoy the privilege of mothering their own children because the fathers are so controlling. There are possibly 3 out of 10 women who absolutely have no control over the father of their children. And today I'm going to explain all of the elements behind it, okay? So we're just going to go a little deeper into this baby daddy drama thing, because again, it does happen, it does exist. It's not going to be any brothers that's going to come on YouTube and talk about it. They're not going to do that. Nobody, no, it's not enough men that's going to discuss this topic, and there's not no women that's going to talk about it. So that's why I had to take the initiative to do this topic about baby daddy drama, because it is a lot of women who go through baby daddy drama. So if I pause in between y'all, that's because I'm sipping my little wine or whatever. So anyway, so first, we're first going to discuss the signs of baby daddy drama. Um, it's important that as women, I have preached this 1,000 times. I cannot be any more clearer that women, we have the power of our vaginas. We have the power. We get to decide who will implant a seed inside of our wombs. We have that right unless you have been raped or held at gunpoint. Other than that, women, we have the power of our vaginas. And the problem is, we're not being responsible with our vaginas. We're not being protective of our vaginas. Women, we no longer value our vaginas. There's no more vagina. There's no more valued vaginas. It's not enough women that are valuing their vaginas. We're just not. We're getting knocked up from all type of dudes. We're having more children than we could afford to handle. We're not protecting ourselves. We're not using birth control. We're not being abstinent. We're not being selective about who we choose to breed children from. And it is our fault. And I wish more women would take accountability and just be honest and say, I messed up. I made this decision. I chose this man to be the father of my child. I knew he never had a job. I knew he was living with his mother. I knew he was married. I knew, he had a criminal record, his criminal record, what he had he had more criminal record than the Cowboys done had losses. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it is what it is. As women, we have no pride in our vajayjays. And until we learn how to value our vaginas, we're going to constantly find ourselves on the losing end. And we need to stop blaming these men for not valuing the vajayjay. We want the problem as women, we want men to value our vaginas more than we do. We want men to respect our vaginas more than we do. We want men to appreciate our vaginas more than we do. And until we take to initiative, listen, ladies, let me tell y'all this before I go into the subject. Listen, sisters, we have to have a truth moment here. I got to keep it 100 with my sisters because I'm doing y'all a disservice by lying to you. Your vagina is supposed to be your best friend. Okay? I'm going to say it again. Your vagina is supposed to be your best friend, ladies. And ladies, we are not respecting our best friend, the vagina. We're not doing it. We're letting people just abuse our vagina. We leave our vagina out there to get used, abused, and taken advantage of. Thank you, Rollo, for the $5 donation. Appreciate it, Seven. Thank you. We don't respect the power of our vaginas. We let people have it all kind of way. We let people do what they want to do to it all kind of way. We don't respect the vaginas. And then we want to get mad with the men and say, oh, you don't respect me. You don't value me. You don't appreciate me. Let me tell you something, ladies. Until we start learning to value our vaginas, we are going to always be on a losing end. Your vagina is your best friend. You are supposed to protect her. You're supposed to look out for her. You're supposed to be there for your vagina at all times. You just don't let anybody abuse the vagina. Stop letting all type of random dudes beat your vagina, like it's part of the World Wrestling Federation. We have to get it together with our vaginas. It's too many. It's not enough for us being transparent and being honest. You want to tell your side of the story where people can sympathize and empathize with you as a woman, but you're not being honest and saying, listen, I do not value my vagina. I let anybody have it anytime they want. I let all kind of guys in between my thighs. I have no respect for myself as a woman. I let anybody put a baby in me. My vagina has become a cash register. None of us want to keep it real and 100. And that's why, as women, we cannot grow, we cannot learn, we cannot progress because we're too busy trying to find excuses because we want people to feel sorry for us. But I'm going to say it again before I go into my content. Ladies, appreciate your vagina. Respect your vagina. Treat your vagina like your best friend. Okay? You're supposed to look out for her. You're supposed to protect your vagina at all times. Now, enough of the value of the vagina talking. I'm gonna do some content probably next week on why you should value the vagina. So I'm going to go more into that another time, okay? Because I feel like sisters, we are long overdue. We need some vagina valuable time. We need to talk about this more because a lot of y'all sisters, y'all ain't appreciating your vaginas. So anyway, let me move forward. I'm going to discuss the signs of baby daddy drama for some of y'all who probably don't think you got baby daddy drama. And again, I'm doing this content because I always talk about baby mama drama all the time. And I do not like to just stay on one sex. My channel is very balanced. I go in on men and I go in on women. And I'm only doing this because I had a few sisters who reached out to me, and I'm tired of us as Black women not making good choices when it comes to choosing the father of our children, because that's our fault, okay, at the end of the day. So let's discuss the signs of baby daddy drama. This is how you know you got baby daddy drama, ladies. The first one is every decision you make, no matter how small it is, it has to be run through him. You can't choose little Joey's football team without him knowing. You can't choose a school for your daughter without him knowing. Um, this is just excessive control. I mean, I understand as a mother, you do have to when you make certain choices, you do need to consent with the father. You do need to get his say so, especially when it comes to certain decisions. When it comes to sending them off to a certain college, especially if the father's paying for it, yeah, you need to consent with him. Or if the child is going into the military, something like that, you may need to speak with the father. Certain things, yes, but every little thing he wants to know why you brought his child Frosted Flakes instead of Fruit Loops, or why his son is wearing Cowboys socks instead of I can't think of any football teams, but you know what I'm saying. He's just being extra. He's just overly dominating about silly stuff. I mean, men are not petty creatures by nature. So him just being petty and wanting to know stupid stuff like, why you got my son getting his hair cut over here when his hair cut. That's just being overly controlling for no damn reason. So if you're dealing with a baby daddy that's like that, 9 times out of 10, you're dealing with some baby daddy trauma. Okay. So, this is the next sign of how you know you may have baby daddy drama. He wants to have a say so in how you spend the money he gives you. Now, again, I'm gonna say this: there are cases in which men do not trust the mother of their children because the mother of the children, their priorities are not in alignment. She rather buy new renter center furniture while the kids walk around looking like they're from a third world country. So some of us as mothers, we are not good when it comes to spending money. So sometimes a father, and when a man knows he has a child from a woman who's not good with money, he's going to say something, and he has every right to. But I'm talking about, this is a different situation. He thinks because he gives you money, you are supposed to spend on the kids the way he wants you to do it. You know what I'm saying? He'll tell you, no, you don't need to do this, you don't need to do that, you don't need to blah blah blah. I'm not. If you're a responsible mother, he don't need to be hounding you. Now, if you irresponsible, you want the mothers, you want to take your money so you can get in free at the club on ladies' night before 11 o'clock, and you don't spend your money, you spent the child support on red bottom shoes and some hair bundles, then yes, he has every right to complain and go off about what are you doing with the money, especially when the kids, you know, don't have the clothes, their hair ain't done, they're going to school looking raggedy. Yes, a man has a right to want to know where is the child support going, especially when he sees his children are being neglected in the process. But I'm not talking about the irresponsible baby mama. I'm talking about the responsible baby mother. He's just extra. He wants to, what he wants, he's trying to tell you what to do with the money when his kids don't want for anything. His kids are not walking around looking dirty, bummy, or looking like they're not being well taken care of. He's just a control freak. So that's the second thing. The third sign as to how you can tell if you're dealing with baby daddy drama, his family goes back and tells him every little thing about the kids, adding tension. Now, you have some men, they are so controlling. So the moment you run into his cousin or you run into his sister in the street, and his sister tells him, oh, well, I seen so and so out at the grocery store, and she wasn't doing this with the money, and he's calling you asking you, so my cousin told me she seen you at the grocery store. I want to know why the grocery buggy had Oreo cookies, had potato chips, had snacks in there. Oh, you don't cook for my kids? Why you ain't got no vegetables? And why my cousin didn't see no vegetables in the grocery cart? Why my cousin didn't see no rice? Why my cousin didn't see no meat? Oh, so you up here, you just giving my children ramen noodles and Oreo cookies and all this stuff. You ain't got time to cook for my kids. I mean, just being extra for no reason, just being petty. You know what I'm saying? If he's doing that, if he has his relatives going back telling him every little thing that you're doing with his money or with his kids, then you may have a controlling baby daddy. Now, there's a fourth sign that you may be dealing with baby daddy drama. He causes conflict with your significant other. Now, I will give men this. men are not petty creatures like women are. So when it comes to dealing with blended families, I would say this: most men, they stay in their place. Most men don't have a problem with another man being there for their children as long as their children are being respected and taken care of. Most men, they don't care as long as they know their kids are not being hurt. They don't care if the baby mama moved on and got a man staying with their children, as long as their children are not, being mistreated. Women, on the other hand, women are very petty and competitive creatures by nature. So women will always deal with way more baby mama drama than men would deal with baby daddy drama. But there are some cases in which some women have caught hell with their baby daddy because the baby daddy was in their feelings because the baby mama got serious, got married, and moved on with another man. Had a problem with that. You do have some men that are very petty. Not all men are alpha males. You got some men out here that have beta male syndrome. They petty, they want to be in control, and if they still got feelings for the woman or they still want to be with the woman, they're going to make certain things out of an issue. You know what I mean? So if you have a baby daddy, or that who's always trying to find a reason to get into it with your husband, trying to find a reason to get into it with your boyfriend and your man, and your man or your husband is respectable, he treats your baby father with respect, he treats him with kindness, then that may be a sign of baby daddy drama. That may very well be a sign of it. You may be dealing with baby daddy drama if the father of your child is always, trying to cause conflict with your new boo or your new man. That may be a sign of baby daddy drama. There's another sign that you may be dealing with baby daddy drama. He doesn't want any man around your children, around the children, although he has many other women around them. Now, this is very hypocritical. If a man has a problem with other men being around his children, which I understand that there are some pedophiles, there are some men that can't be trusted. But my thing is, a man should not be going in on his baby mama about how many men she has around their children when he has random women around the children as well. My thing is, you cannot demand somebody to do something that you're not following. I do respect the fact if the man, let's say if the father of the child has been with the same woman for a long time, but his child's mother has had several different men in and out of his children's life, then yeah, he has the right to say something. He has the right to address her like, look, why you got so many random dudes around my children? I'm not comfortable. So he has a right to address it if it's in that nature. But if he's out here having all kind of random chicks in and out his house and he wants to say something to you, the moment you have a different man around your children, no, you may be dealing with a baby daddy drama situation. Um, now this is another different perspective you also need to keep in mind. The reason why some men are overly controlling when it comes to their children. Now, there is a reason that some guys are very controlling when it comes to their baby mama. And as women, we don't make the best of decisions when it comes to our children. We don't. And sometimes this is what gets me with women. We feel like we're not doing anything wrong because we are the ones who gave birth to the children. So a lot of women, we don't feel like we don't feel as if we are failing our children in any shape or form. A lot of us as women, we don't feel like we fail our children. We don't feel like we're doing anything wrong. We feel like we're good moms. We do everything right. Because we are the primary parent, we don't feel like we're doing anything wrong. And the truth of the matter is, you cannot feel like because you are a mother, that you are automatically in the right, that you're not cheating your child out of anything. That you can't make mistakes. Let me see. My voice doubled back. Disregard if it did. But you have women who got this egotistical attitude, like they don't think they're doing wrong by their children. They don't think they're cheating their children out of anything. And the truth of the matter is, as women, we don't always make the best decisions because we are mothers. Some of us do not do right with our children. And it takes a big woman, a woman of wisdom to admit that sometimes as a mothers we do fail our children. I've made mistakes with my daughter and I'm not ashamed to admit that. It's things I could have done better. It's better decisions I could have made. And if I could change back the hands of time, I would have done things better. So as mothers, we cannot be so big on ourselves that we cannot stand and be corrected. There's been times my husband had to tell me, no, you're too hard on her, or you're not hard enough. And sometimes it was painful hearing from a man, especially her father, that I was not doing something right. And sometimes as a woman, it does feel bad when you can feel bad at times, and it can hurt your feelings when the father of your child is telling you you need to do this or you need to do that. You know what I mean? But you cannot be afraid of criticism, because in the long run it'll benefit you as a parent. So anyway, this is the reason why some men are overly controlling when it comes to their children. The first reason is they don't trust your judgment. A new man, you may be one of those type of women, you have a new man moving in your house every month, or maybe you have had um boyfriends that have been very abusive in the past. If you are a woman and you have not made the best decisions, what's up? Just my 4 cents. And you have not made the best decisions as a mother, and the father of your child has seen you make bad decisions over and over and over, he's not going to trust your judgment. So you have some men that are controlling fathers because they've seen you make too many dumbass decisions, and they just don't trust you making the decisions that's going to be in the best interest of the children. So as a woman, you have to really reflect. What kind of men have you been allowing around your children? Are you one of those women, you move a new man in your apartment every month, you break up with one, moving with another? If you're doing things like that, a man is not going to trust your decision. So that's the first reason for why some men are controlling when it comes to their children. You may have a controlling father, controlling baby daddy, because you don't make the good decisions. The second thing is, the kids have witnessed you being abused and he knows about it. Now, let's face it, ladies, kids do go back and they do tell their fathers certain things, okay? No matter how much you may tell your kids, don't tell daddy this, don't tell daddy that. Kids that are very close to their fathers, or kids that have a good connection with their fathers, they do go back and tell their father stuff. So if you have a man that's beating on you or fighting you, don't think that that child is not going to go back and tell our father. So that may be another reason why your baby daddy may be very controlling, because his kids are going back and telling them that they don't feel safe. They don't like your new man. They don't like your new boyfriend. So you may have to think about that. Now, the third reason why your baby daddy may be controlling, he knows you spitefully put child support on him. Some men could be some fathers are very resentful towards the mother of their children, because they knew you used the system to your advantage to basically try to make them suffer. And because of that, they have a lot of hostility towards you. And as women, we would never ever understand that, because child support is not being put on us. We're the ones that are having an advantage to put child support out on men. So if the father of the child, he pisses you off and makes you angry, you can easily go down there, file an application, make up all kind of lies, tell the caseworker, the father of your child is a deadbeat. You can tell anything you want, and these people are going to fall for it. They're going to believe you. And if you're one of those women who have done that, that's probably why the father of your child cannot stand you, and why he's very controlling over the children, because he knows how nasty, how spiteful you have been. So if you have done that, sis, you may need to check yourself, okay? Because when women, what's up, Billy? Women, we have the power to use child support to our advantage. And a lot of these men, they know that. And once they get a whiff or indication that you use the system to hurt them, don't forget about those thumbs up, y'all. I see 19 people watching, but only 13. So please make sure you like, thumb it down, whatever you got to do, or whatever. So that's another reason. Your baby daddy may be a control freak because he knows you use the system against him to get what you wanted. You get what I'm saying? So if you've done that, y'all might want to really think about it. This is another reason your baby daddy may be very controlling. Um, he knows your new dude don't really like his kids. Men have a way of reading other men. Like women, we can read other women. A man cannot always read a woman. A woman cannot always read a man. The opposite sex, we can't always read each other. The same sex, we can read each other. And if a man can tell if another man really does not like his children, and sometimes as women, we be so in love or we be so glad to get a man. We overlook a lot of signs, because we really want a man so bad. We really want a relationship so bad. We will overlook a lot of signs just to be in a relationship. And if a man has any sixth sense that a man does not like his child, it's going to make him feel uncomfortable around his children. This may make a man a controlling baby daddy, where he knows you will pick up dudes that do not like his children or mistreat his children. So if it has ever happened in the past, maybe you had an ex, or maybe your current man has hit your child in the wrong way or has done something to your child, and the father of your child knows that, he is going to become a controlling man because he wants to protect his child. And he does not trust you to protect his child because you may be digmatized. You may be so glad you have a man in your life. So you may not care what your children go through with your new man because you just want a goddamn man in your life. And if he knows you are that type of woman, you will not protect your child from a man that's mistreating him because that's your man. He's going to be a controlling father. So that's reason number 4. He knows the child, that your new man don't like his kids. The next reason why your baby daddy may be controlling, he feels you put everything first before the kids. Now you have a lot of women who do that. You have some women, they will put their children first. I'm sorry, they will put a man first before their children. And your baby father may know that you're that type of woman. You will put everything and everyone before those kids if he knows that he's going to become a controlling baby daddy, because he knows whatever you're going through, you're going to put those children first. I keep saying children first. You're going to put a man first. It's a lot of women that are willing to put their children lives at stake, all because they want a man in a life by any means necessary. What's up, Cicely? What's up, Deterion? Good to see you. Long time no see. Yep, I know. I've been doing videos very randomly, y'all. I got a very strict profession. I don't have a lot of time, and that's why I'm gonna have to wrap this up in 20 minutes because I got to go to work in the morning. So my time is very precious, y'all. I hate that it's like that, but next month I'll be able to do way more blogging, and I'll be able to do a live stream because I want to do a live with Poetic and Ruby. I just haven't had time, but next month I should be able to because I'm gonna have more days off. So that's why y'all guys, y'all keep missing me. But Detorian, thank you for the $5 donation. I so appreciate that, sir. Thank you. So let me see some of y'all comments because I'm just rambling. Just my 4 cents. I work closely with prison systems in my area, and I see black women religiously running up to the prison to visit these dudes. Oh, absolutely. Well, I work in a jail too. Now, just my 4 cents. So, I totally see it, in my line of profession. Absolutely, Cicely. Much love to you, dear, and thank you for subscribing. I definitely appreciate it. What's up, RTS? Good to see you. Too much. Just my 4 cents. I'm doing too much overtime. I've done, let me see, let's say like on a regular week, when I would have I'm supposed to have like 3 days off. It was so bad the first month I only had like 3 days off. But this month I had a lot more days off than usual. And next month I'm supposed to have more days off. And then the thing about it was they've been splitting my schedule up. Like they'll let me have Wednesday off, but then I got to go to work Thursday and then I have Friday off, which I definitely hate that. So it's been really crazy. So I've been doing almost another 40 hours worth of overtime on top of the 80 that I'm doing. So put it this way, my first check was over $2,000. That's how much overtime I've been doing. My first check was like $2,335,000. $2,335. You get 20. Y'all know what I'm saying. 2,335 was my very first check. That's how much overtime I do. Most of my checks are over 2,000 every 2 weeks. That's just how much overtime I've been working. So I know you can definitely, you understand just my 4 cents. What's up, Lord Drag One? Good to see you. I know it's been a while. Appreciate the $10 donation. Much love to you. Appreciate the donations, everybody. Thank y'all. For those who couldn't donate, I appreciate y'all just being here and just supporting me. So your presence is just as valuable, as a donation. So again, I appreciate it. So y'all know, yeah, it's really, really crazy. A lot of overtime because we be short staffed and stuff like that. And last month people kept breaking stuff. One person broke their foot, one person broke their wrist. I'm like, oh my gosh, if I don't get some type of sleep around here, I am going to lose my mind. But I've been able to get a lot more sleep lately. So I thank God, because I'm telling you, the money is great, but peace and sleep is more important than a dollar. You have to have your sleep. You have to be able to rest. Rest is very important. That's why I don't blog a lot, because I be trying to get all the sleep in as much as I can. So, but anyway, I know I'm digressing, but that's the last point. I mean, no, that the last point I made before I go to my next point is that some men, they know, as the mother of the child, you always put your kids last. You put everything before them, so that will make a man very controlling. And another reason why some women have baby daddy drama, because some men are very jealous fathers. I saw the interview with Keith Sweat, and Keith Sweat was saying that he's very possessive of his children. Same to you, Lord. I appreciate it. Thank you. He's very possessive of his children. Um, he doesn't like other men fathering his children. And I actually think that's a good thing. I think a man should have an issue with another man fathering his children. He should want to be the main man in their lives. And I mean, Keith Sweat, he said it. He said he's had full custody of all his children. He does not want no other man being active in his child's life. So I'm like, okay, I can't, the only thing I can do is respect that. You feel me? So you have some men, they're just jealous. They don't want every dude daddying their child or playing daddy to their child. And if he's a real dad, he's going to be jealous about that. I mean, my stepdad was very jealous when my biological father came back into my life. My stepdad, he wasn't happy about it. But over time, him and my biological father, they became really good friends. And my stepdad understood that, even though me and my biological father was cool, that, me and my stepfather had a bond that my biological would never be able to take, because my stepfather was there for me more than my biological father. You know what I mean? So, but they both cool, and that was a long time ago. They got a better understanding. So, people always ask me, I tell everybody I got two fathers. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Sonnies? Good to see you. And Freelance, what's up, Freelance? How are you? Good to see you. Yep, I'm doing, I had to do a drive-by blog because you guys, y'all know I work and stuff. I'm in corrections now, so I don't have the same kind of time, but I'll be able to blog a lot more next month. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. So that's basically, I got to do my videos on the impulse. So I'm doing a topic on baby daddy drama, y'all, because I did a video a couple of months back about why I'm a bitter baby mama. And that video got over 4,000 views. That's the link right there, y'all. I just put it in. So when I'm done and I log off, if y'all want to, y'all can check that out. That's one of my most popular videos. And I had a lot of videos, I had a lot of women respond to me in the video and say, okay, this is good content, but you never talk about baby daddy drama. You always talk about baby mama drama. I'm dealing with baby daddy drama. So I'm like, okay, I'm very fair and balanced. I'm gonna go in on men and I'm gonna go in on women. So I'm doing this video because I did have some females request to me about it. So it is what it is. So the other reason you may be experiencing baby daddy drama, some men, they didn't have a father growing up, or they had an abusive father. Some men had rough childhoods, like some of us as Black women have had rough childhoods. A lot of Black men don't discuss this issue because of their ego and because of their pride, and it makes them feel less of a man. But some men have grown up in dysfunctional households where they were sexually abused, they were mistreated, they were talked down to. Their black mothers had right, dragged on them, when they were younger. There's a lot of black men have gone through a lot in their youth, just like we have been as black women. So just because black men don't talk about it and black men don't discuss it, it does not mean that it's not real. There are a lot of black men who have been abused coming up as young men in their households. So as a black man, if you have experienced your mother, you know, beating down on you, telling you you're not going to be nothing, you're going to grow up just like your no good ass dad, or you as a young man during their youth, they mama let all kind of men stay with them, or they mama's husband or they mama's boyfriend was really abusive, used to punch up on them, used to rough them up a lot. Any man who has experienced being abused by their father or by their mother's companion, they're going to be extra protective of their children because they don't want their children experiencing that amount of that type of pain and abuse that they experienced as a child. So if you have a controlling baby daddy, he may be very controlling because he was in an abusive situation, and he may not share that with you because a lot of black men don't feel comfortable being open to us as black women because we like to throw stuff up in their face. We like to shame them for it. We like to ridicule them for their past. So it's a lot of black men who have experienced abuse, but they're not going to be open with us because as black women, we will use it to attack them later, depending on how they piss us off, depending on if we get in an argument. Yeah, now I see why your boyfriend boyfriend mama used to beat up on you and stuff like that. So as black women, we could be very harsh at times with our mouthpiece, which is the reason why a lot of men don't feel comfortable being open with us and saying, hey, the reason why I'm overprotective of our kids was because I was molested, I was abused, I was mistreated. A lot of men are not going to go there with us as women because we will use it against them at some point. It is just a known fact that women, when we get angry, we like to attack men with their secrets, with their prized secrets, with their prized possessions. And as women, we can spit out that poisonous venom when we get angry. So a lot of black men are not going to feel comfortable with doing that. They're not going to share stuff like that because the last thing a man wants to do is have a woman who he has confided and told his deepest secrets. She gets mad and wants to throw it up in his face, especially something as painful as that. You know what I mean? So that may be another reason why some men are very overprotective of their children. They not going, they done been in abusive situations, and they're not going to sit there and watch their children go through it. What's up, Lizzie? Nice to see you too. So it is what it is. And if the father of your child is acting out or he's overprotective of his children, maybe because he experienced some type of abuse as a child himself. That's something we don't think about as black women because we don't think as women, we think we're the only ones who can be abused. Black women don't think black men have been abused, and that is a lie. I know plenty of men who have been abused as children and they have experienced stuff, but they're not going to be open to tell you that. Another reason why some men are very overprotective, like I said, they didn't have a father growing up, or they had an abusive father growing up. That female thing. I think, to be honest with you, just my 4 cents. You said, is that a female thing or a black female thing? Honestly, I may lose my brownie points, but I do think it's a black female thing. Because I don't know too many other races who have done it. Um, and I know a lot of it comes from the fact, and I think the reason why a lot of us as black women, and I put myself in that category because I'm a black woman. I think the reason why a lot of us as black women we hurt black men is because we're hurt. Hurt people hurt people. And I cannot give you something that I don't have. I cannot give you love if I don't feel self-love. I cannot give you um um what's the word? I cannot give you affection if nobody has never really shown me affection. And what's up, Turf? Good to see you. Long time no see. I know this is a random video. You know, I told y'all my schedule is crazy, but what's up, Turf? Good to see you. And I think that's the reason why black women sometimes we can be villains. Because a lot of us we have not completely healed from things that we have gone through, and a lot of us as black women, I think the reason why a lot of us are very bitter and toxic is because we grew up in very dysfunctional households. We were raised from women who were toxic, who were bitter. And a lot of us as black women, we have adopted a lot of those toxic um feminist traits from the women who have given birth to us. So if you didn't have another woman there showing you how to conduct yourself as a woman, the only mother in your life was a very toxic woman or a very dysfunctional woman, 9 times out of 10, you're going to adopt the majority of those dysfunctional character traits. And I think that is what has happened to us, which is the reason why, we are very difficult creatures in our own way. A lot of us just were in dysfunctional households. A lot of us didn't have the privileges that white women had. A lot of white women grew up in households with their father and their mother, grew up in nice neighborhoods, grew up in healthy households for the most part. A lot of us as black women, we were deprived of that from day one. We were brought into the world doomed from the womb. We were brought into this world without a father in the home. We were brought into this world with a dysfunctional woman who we had to call mommy. So it's just a harsh reality that I think a lot of us as black women have had to deal with. Now, a lot of the brothers in the YouTube sector, they want to keep saying that we use what we go through as a crutch to condone black female fuckery, or we use our past, we use things that we have gone through as an excuse for the reason why we are dysfunctional. But that is the truth. Nobody just comes in this world dysfunctional. Something had to happen. And as black women, we're just told that we're naturally effed up, when the truth of the matter is something has happened to make us effed up. We didn't just come into this world being effed up. Okay, something happened. Either we had mothers that wasn't real mothers, either mom was one of those moms who thought she was wilding out and wild, had all kind of men coming in and out of her house. These same men was probably sneaking in our bedrooms when we was only 6 or 7 years old at night, bundling with us with our strawberry shortcake panties. We 7 or 8 years old, not knowing why this man is fondling with us between our legs. Mama in denial, not protecting us. So it's all kind of stuff. But black women, we're told we're just naturally effed up. We're not given a pass for maybe something happened in her past. Maybe something happened to her as a child. Maybe she made too many choices by being with too many of the wrong men, which has tainted her judgment on picking the right men. We're not given a pass. We're just told we're effed up. Okay? So I think that's the reason why a lot of us are complicated creatures. Because a lot of us, some black women, we just been dealt a bad card. That, just to be honest, some of us have been dealt a bad card in life. We came into this world in unpleasant circumstances that we did not ask to come in. We were born into dysfunction. And guess what? That dysfunction follows you when you're 18. It follows you when you're 25. It follows you when you're 40. Now you're this 40-year-old black woman and you're just screwed the hell up. And everybody just think you're just naturally effed up. They don't feel like something happened to you to make you that way. I know several black women who done been molested by their own fathers. But see, y'all don't want to talk about that. Y'all just want to say we effed up. And the same men who were supposed to protect us, those were the ones who took advantage of our innocence. Run and tell that. But we don't want to talk about that. We just want to talk about black women effed up. There's some stories in here that I could tell that will blow y'all out the water. Because I know women personally who have had their own fathers take them to bed before the first little boy was able to do it. And you wonder why some of these women have hoish tendencies when somebody tampered with your youth at the age of 4 or 5 years old and gave you these womanly emotions that your little girl mindset was not ready for. Now you 13 and you hoeing like you 20. That was because somebody tampered with your innocence at a young age, and it was supposed to be the man I was supposed to love and protect you. Now you give it to any and everybody because the man that was supposed to protect you sat down, lied, and said, if you love me, you'll let me touch you. You'll let me do this to you. And that has become our norm to lay there and take whatever a man wants to do to our bodies. Now, reading to y'all comments. Freelance says golden rule is never share weakness with a woman. They will go after like shark in bloody water. If you need to talk that bad, seek counseling. The counselor must follow patient confidentiality. And I agree. I tell women who have experienced this, we cannot keep using our past and things that we have gone through as a crutch to be complicated. We can't keep saying I was abused, I was molested. That's the way I am. I was taken advantage of. That's where I am. We can't keep holding on to that as a crutch to be mean, nasty, and hateful. If it's hurting you that bad, sis, you need to get counseling. You need to get spiritual guidance. You can't keep using that as a crutch, as a pass to make men feel sorry for you, to make other black women feel sorry for you. We cannot keep pulling that same card out the deck to make men empathize with us being effed up. Now, what I said all that to say this, I understand why a lot of us as black women are effed up. But at the same token, we cannot keep using that crutch as an excuse to be mean, evil, hateful towards other black men because of what other black men have done to you in the past. Don't go around spitting all that venom out on what you have gone through as a child or a young woman. Okay, we can't keep using that as an excuse. But I know I'm digressing, I'm going way off. I've heard that same kind of BS that happened to black females, Mocha. Yeah, it happens a lot. Happens a lot. And the reason why it happens so much more to us, way more, because again, a lot of us grew up in single parent households. So mom wanted to have a man. Mom was determined to have a man. She ain't cared how many men came and moved in or stayed with her. Long as she was able to say, I got a man. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, some of us just been dealt a bad hand just because of the type of women who raised us. A lot of us, really, the problem with a lot of us as black women, we haven't had real black mothers. That's really that's really what got a lot of us doomed. A lot of us didn't have no real black mothers. Because our moms was too busy doing them instead of being mothers. I'm fortunate I was not one of those, but it's a lot of women. I know offhand, I know a lot of black women who have never protected their black daughters, who knew what the father was doing, who knew what the boyfriend was doing, and no matter how many times that child went and said, "Mama, this and that is going on," that mother overlooked it because her having a man was more important than her child's safety. Happens a lot in the black community. It really does. And answer your next question, just my 4 cents before I go into finishing topic. From a child, I always heard behind every good man is a strong woman. Is that still true? Yes, I definitely agree with that. I think that most men that are very successful is because they have had a very strong woman in their corner. You have to have a strong foundation in order to be able to progress in life. Just like I feel like a toxic woman can ruin a man's success. I feel like a strong woman could actually enhance a man's success, because basically she's the gravy to the pork chops. It's not that a man needs a woman, but if he has a good woman, she can actually enhance his his great qualities that he already has. If he's already a successful man, she's just going to strive. If she's a strong woman, she's going to strive to help him become even more successful. If he's a determined man, she's going to help him become even more determined. And I definitely believe that. I believe that a lot of men, some men have suffered because of the type of woman they have chosen. I believe some men could have been better than what they were had they chose the right wife, have they chosen the right companion. I definitely believe that. I believe a lot of men have missed out on being blessed abundantly because they chose a woman for how she looked, not for how she could be an asset to his life. He was too busy looking at her ass instead of looking at her being an asset. And I do believe that. I do believe that some men have played themselves because they went on how a woman looked. They wanted a trophy wife. They wanted somebody who had a bad body, who was eye candy, who looked good. They didn't want the plain Jane, even though she had a brain, even though she had a business mind, even though she's very educated. Let's face it, the best quality of women are not always going to be good eye candy. And I get it, looks are a very important factor. You want a woman that's going to look good. You may not want a plus size woman. You may not want this type of woman or that type of woman. You may not want a woman with children. You may not want a woman who's been on her second husband. I get it. But the problem is with a lot of us, black men and black women, our problem is we have chosen a type. And I have told black men and I've told black women that sometimes your type does not always work for you. Just because that's the kind of man you want, that ladies, that don't mean that is the man for you. Just because that's the kind of woman you want, fellas, that don't mean that is the woman for you. The problem with black men and black women, we have already made a list in our mind for what kind of woman we want and what kind of man we want. And I have learned the hard way. I was never for my type. I was never their type. I was never their type. Every man I've ever wanted, they did not want me. That's the truth of the matter. It has to be a mutual spiritual connection. Until black men and black women understand that, you're going to be going from man to man, from woman to woman, because you just mean you want what you want. And the truth of the matter is, sometimes what you want, that don't mean it's always what is best for you. As a woman, you may want a man with A+ credit, and you may want a man that's a lawyer, attorney, a doctor, but that type of man may be too much for you to handle. You may not have the mental capacity to be able to fulfill the demands that he would expect from you. Same thing from you men. You want a woman with a tight body, a beautiful backside, nice hips and nice body. But do you realize it takes a lot to please a woman that's very beautiful and very voluptuous? Do you realize that when you have that type of eye candy, you know that her demands are going to be very high. And as beautiful as she is, she may still be a beastie bitch underneath that beautiful body that you so dearly desire. Yeah, freelance, you got to be careful because the plain Janes, they be hoeing too. I agree. I agree. That's why I said spiritual connection. You notice I said spiritual connection, freelance. I didn't say physical connection because you cannot go by a person's looks. You know what I'm saying? It does. That's why I said spiritual connection. Nobody in here could say I said y'all have to have a physical connection. You cannot go by somebody looks. Because I know some ugly brothers. I know some brothers who look pretty hurt in the face. I know some brothers who look like they've been through a lot in life. And they just as nasty and doggish to women. And I'm like, wait a minute, dude, you ain't even cute like that. And you got the audacity to be mistreating women, but that's a whole nother story. So let's just face it, you got some ugly men and ugly women around here who can make your life miserable too. We know this, okay? But anyway, y'all, I'm digressing. Let me finish this up because I've been on this a little over an hour. So I gave y'all, let me see, the reasons why some men are overly protective. The last few things, the father may be overprotective of his child because he may be in a situation in which he can't be there. So if he's in jail or incarcerated, he may take it out on you and being over controlling because he knows he really put himself in a position that he can't be there for the child. Next reason is they are used to controlling you. If you've been with a man who has always controlled you, and you think now because y'all separated, he's not going to be as controlling, he's still going to be controlling because again, that's the monster that you created. Reason number 10, they fear you will let another man take his place. And a lot of men, they do fear that because some women, when we get a new man in our life, we act up, we shy behind, we want to mistreat the father of our children. So he may be overprotective because he may feel like the moment you get a new man, you may flip the script and you may act up on him. Lastly, they fear you will take your children from them. A lot of men feel like women, we abuse our power with the system. So some men are very overprotective when it comes to their children because they feel like as a woman, we're going to abuse our power. Um, so this is the best thing you can do, ladies, if you're dealing with baby daddy drama. First things first, set boundaries, especially if you both are no longer together. Remember, he's used to controlling the old you. So it's going to take time for him to adjust to the new you. Men find it very difficult when a woman starts taking matters into her own hands, especially when she has allowed him to run the show for so long. Secondly, listen, but you still have to do what is best. Anyone can tell you what you should or shouldn't do, but unless they're in your home or paying the bills, you can take his advice. But that doesn't mean you have to do what he says. Just let him know when it comes to you on how you need to do something, just politely say, okay, I will keep your suggestion in mind in case what I'm doing is not working. Until then, I'm going to continue to do it the way I have been. Next thing is, don't introduce too many different guys to him. If he sees you have a new boyfriend every week, chances are he's going to get the wrong incentive that you don't make good decisions. Only introduce him to a man that you know you're going to be with. As a woman, it's not good for the father of your child to be meeting a new man every other week in your life. Don't introduce him to a man unless you know you're going to be with him. He don't need to be 1 week you with Greg, next week you with Mike, next week you with James, another weekend you with, Jonathan. He don't need to be seeing all kind of random men in and out your life. Fourth thing is compromise. You and the father of your child come to a reasonable agreement that both of you can stick with. 5, if it's easier to deal with someone besides him, like if you're the father of your child, if you get along with his wife, communicate with her. If you get along with his sister, communicate with her. If you absolutely do not get along with the father of your child, talk to someone else who can be the mediator between the both of you. You'll be surprised. Instead of you hating the wife, learn to get along with his wife. She may get a better understanding with him than you can, because sometimes women, we have a way of understanding each other a little bit more. So you may have to, try to get along with the wife. That way you can get to learn. You have a better chances of getting along with the father of your child. Last thing is, if you have tried everything and nothing seems to work, let the courts handle it. So anyway, that is the reason I did this content for all of the guys that came in here, all of the ladies that came in here. I did this video because, again, I'm gonna put my link back in the chat. I did a video months back. This video I did has almost 4,000 views. It's a very popular video that I did, one of my biggest videos. And I had a lot. The video I did was called Why I'm a Bitter Baby Mama. And basically I talked from a third person narrative as to what makes me a bitter baby mama. So that video was really, really popular. I had a lot of people who reached out to me and really said they loved the video. So underneath the comments, of course, I had a few sisters, as always, said, well, why you never do a video about baby daddy drama? You all talking about baby mama drama. So I'm a fair and balanced chick. If I have guys who come to me and say, Mocha, please do a video on this. If I have women who come to me and say, Mocha, please do a video on that, I'm going to give the people what they want. So I know this content may have not been all of what y'all think it should have been, but it's only fair that I did content if somebody asks, because these women have to know from another woman what men expect and vice versa. What's up, Juan? Long time no see. Juan says people who have graduated college, has a job, goes to work, can be just as toxic, like you said, spiritual connection. Absolutely. You cannot go by what a person has. You cannot go by a person's success. You cannot go by their status. You cannot go by if they're a black woman, if they're a Latino woman. All people are toxic in some type of form. People have some type of issue. You have to find the right man or the right woman that is spiritually designed just for you. Okay? God already knows who's your ideal woman, who's your ideal man. So you have to let go, let God. Sometimes when you try to do what you want to do, because you have your heart set on what you want, you can make matters worse by being thirsty, being gullible, being a gold digger. I mean, I tell women the same thing. Just because a man has a lot of money, just because a man is wearing $800 gator shoes, that don't mean he's a good guy. He could be very abusive. He could be very nasty. He could be very controlling. Then there's a guy who may be just driving buses, but guess what? He is a good husband. He will take care of you. He's going to provide. He's going to make sure you have what you need. So you can't, it go both ways, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot go by how people look. Just because that's not your ideal man or your ideal woman, that does not mean that that is not the right person that could be an asset to your life. So I see the guys up in here cutting up. Let me see. Lord Jack, when I'm laughing so hard, I need one of those small silver and green oxygen tanks with little black wheels on it. Y'all must, what I miss? I miss something in here. Flat booty black woman magnet. Now you know what, Lord. Now you is really off the chain today. Y'all are a mess. I get it. I get it. Looks are important. I'm just saying, y'all, be careful because everything ain't what the hell it look like. You feel me? So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get ready to shut it down because I do have to get up and work tomorrow, but I just want to do this quick blog. I'll be able to do a little bit more next month because I won't have to work as much. So I'm praying that God fixes it where I get my days off. We don't have people calling in and throwing off the schedule because that's what happened last month. So please pray that God gives me more free time so I can get back into my blog a little bit more. But anyway, y'all. Lord Drag One, I am used to you being a hot mess. I don't see it as you being disrespectful. I see it as Lord Drag One being Lord Drag One. That's just y'all a hot mess. I feel you. I feel you. Again, I appreciate everyone for taking the time out to view, but I got to go or whatever. I got to get up in the morning, but I appreciate all y'all for hanging out. I appreciate the donations. I appreciate the support. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I thank y'all so much for still riding out with me through this whole journey. So again, everybody, this is your girl, Lady Mocha. For those of you who are interested in cable, you want to only pay $25 a month for 6,000 channels, free pay-per-view events. You're welcome to email me at my email for those of you who are interested in some cheaper cable. So I also have the hookup. So if you are interested in cheaper cable, I have my own cable company called Expresso Streams, live cable services, only $25 a month. You can email me at Cafe de Paris 79 at yahoo.com. For those who was not able to donate tonight, but one of these days you may be able, I may just cross your mind and say, you know what, I want to send Mocha a little something. You're welcome to cash at me at Diamond Girl. That's my cash app. If you want to just send $2 for me to get a little mocha latte or something like that or whatever, it is what it is. I take any blessing. I don't care how small it is as a blessing. Also, this is brought to you by the No Fuckery Zone, promoting knowledge, not garbage. Anyway, y'all, I'm out of here. It is your girl, Lady Mocha. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth, and I'm going to always break you off a slice of knowledge. Bye, Freelance, Poetic, Cicely, Lord, Lizzie, Juan, Q4. Who else am I missing? Lord Drag One, Poetic, Turf, Dwan, Sunnies, just my 4 cents. Anybody else who I missed? Definitely, I will be hollering at y'all soon. Take care. This is your girl, Lady Mocha. I'm signing off. Bye.